Tegan, good evening. Here are the election results from Virginia from last week. We saw Glenn Youngkin beat Terry McAuliffe in that election. You can see a lot of these rural and suburban areas kind of in that red, but you can see the blue patches. You can see places like Richmond, Alexandria, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Roanoke. Those places went blue, but there are some caveats to that. We saw the election trends. And you look at this map right here. This is from the New York Times. More Democratic in 2020. That's the line. That's the key. Here's more Republican in 2021. You can see this entire state trending red here in the 2021 gubernatorial election. Again, that is in comparison to the 2020 presidential election. And take a look at this focus right here, right around Alexandria. Northern Virginia. Places like Fairfax County, places like Loudoun County, Prince William County, that is what made the difference for Republicans in this election. You can see these Northern Virginia trends. You can see Ed Gillespie, who was a Republican candidate back in 2017, captured just over 31% of the vote. Youngkin outdid him by almost 3 points. And you can see Terry McAuliffe dropping from Ralph Northam's totals in 2017. Northam is the current governor of the state of Virginia. And Loudoun, 20-point difference there. You see Youngkin put his total up by almost 5 points here. And in Prince William County, you see this 22-point gap about that. You can see Youngkin put up about 4 points from Gillespie in 2017. And mind you, President Biden last year won this state by about 10 points. If you look at the House of Delegates, this was also somewhere where Republicans captured a lot of victories here in 2021. You see on your screen there, Democrats held a 55-45 total in the House of Delegates before Election Day. And today, this Election Day, 2021, you can see they just took over a seat today. So earlier today, it was at 50-47-3. Now it is 51-47-2, with two of these races to still be decided going on to today. And if you look at the big issues, education, COVID-19, attitudes towards national parties. Education, something big that everybody talked about going into this race. You saw Republicans talk a lot about critical race theory, and you saw that being one of the biggest issues in this campaign. Going into its final days, you see COVID-19 as well. A lot of Republicans in disagreement with some of the masking policies, some of the school mandates put in by Ralph Northam, and also the attitudes towards the big parties as well. You can see that there are some Democrats and some Republicans who feel disaffected with Joe Biden's performance, and that may have had an impact on this race as well.
And so, Chilekasi, we kind of saw down the line in Virginia that it was leaning in favor of Glenn Youngkin. However, last Tuesday, we didn't see that in New Jersey with the polls. Why did New Jersey end up being so close?
Yeah, I think this was a little bit of a referendum on state politics. Not necessarily, we didn't see the nationalization that we did see in Virginia. But if you're talking about Murphy, he's a little bit more progressive than some governors in the past of New Jersey. So this ended up in this election being a big topic. And again, we didn't see this coming based off of the polling we saw from many sources, but it was a close race. Again, this is an off-year election, so the energy may not have been that high. And with the polling projecting Murphy to finish big in this race, some people may have just been disaffected and didn't want to show up at the polls. So we can see these things as some of the things that contributed to what happened last week.
And so we'll have to see how this plays out and if this will impact future elections in 2022. Chilekasi, thank you so much.